Hi, welcome to this edition of Hardin County Extension Today. My name is Marla Stillwell, County Extension Agent for 4-H Youth Development. Today we're going to be sharing with you a program that we've been working on recently called 4-H in a Box. A lot of our traditional programs this fall have had to turn into virtual programs, which is a new venture for us, and so we were excited to have the opportunity to share some of our virtual programs with you and our community. And so the one that we are sharing with you today is a program that we've developed called the 4-H in a Box, where we are supplying everything that the 4-H members need in order to complete the activities at home. And so the participants that have signed up and registered for this program received their box. They had to come pick up their box of supplies. And for the whole month of October, we are focusing on environmental education topics. And so the program that we're going to be sharing with you today that we've done recently is all about owls. And so our program consisted of learning a little bit about owls, different types of owls, and how they survive in the environments here in Kentucky. We also were given the chance to dissect owl pellets with them. And so each of our 4-H members was able to do that with us via Zoom. And so it was a really neat experience. We were doing it with them, along with them, sharing with them what we were finding. They were sharing with us what they were finding. And so it was just a really neat experience, and we're excited to share that with you today. So we hope you enjoy.
So I want to welcome you all to our second week of environmental 4-H in a Box. And we're studying owls this week. So a little bit of tidbit, I have some feathery friends with me. I can't say furry friends. Normally I'm with furry friends, but this week I have some feathery friends with me. And so these are, they are real. They're not alive. They are real though. They are some owls that we have here at the office that have been taxidermied. And so something happened to them. We didn't hunt them. It's illegal to hunt owls. It's illegal to actually own them without a specialized permit. But so something like one of these, I know that got hung up in like a farm equipment accident. And so it had died. And so they brought it to us, and because we're the extension office, we have a special permit that we can have them taxidermied and use them for education purposes. The rest of them, I have no idea. I think one got hit by a car one time. I don't know. We have about 8 in the building. So I just have 3 with us today. And so this is a barred, B-A-R-R-E-D owl. And so unlike a lot of owls that we know that they are nocturnal creatures, which means they sleep during the day and they hunt and feed and socialize in the evenings and in the dark. But a barred owl will hunt during the day and he'll call during the day. And so it's very possible that you could see him out during the daylight. Now on my property, I do have an owl, and it's, I don't know what kind he is. I've never gotten a really good picture of him. I just get like a side glancing. I think he's smart enough to kind of hide, but I think he could be a barred owl because he's there during the day sometimes, especially late, like evenings, like when the deer are moving, dusk times, that's when I see him out. And so the identification for a barred owl is that he has a really big head, and it's very large and rounded, and he doesn't have ear tufts. And so ear tufts are little, little spots. If you can see these right here, those are ear tufts. And so most owls have those, but the barred owl does not. He doesn't have any tufts. And he's very smooth. He's very, and I say he could be a she. I don't know. I don't know how to tell with owls. So we're going to assume he, because I like to call him Barney, the barred owl. His chest is barred, and so that means that he has these lines going back and forth across, kind of like bars would be in a window of a jailhouse or something. So that's kind of where that came from. And he has more of a white belly, and so he's lighter under there. And so he likes to eat mice, squirrels, shrews, which are kind of like moles or voles. They live underground. Rabbits, amphibians, so maybe some frogs or something if he was super hungry, I guess, reptiles and insects. And so they're about 17 to 24 inches tall, so you can tell he's pretty good size compared to some other owls that we're going to look at today. His wingspan is 40 to 50 inches wide. And so that's almost as wide as my arms out, because my arms are 60 inches wide. So just like a foot less. So like one arm and a half of me. So that's pretty good size wingspan. All right, and they like to live in the woods or wooded swamps. So next we're gonna talk about my friend Scooter. Scooter here is teeny tiny. Marla, he's not Marla's favorite. If you can see, Scooter has a friend with him on the post. Does anybody see the little friend?
Ew.
Little furry friend, yes. So, again, I don't know how we got Scooter. I just know that some of them have been in accidents or et cetera. So, screech owls, this is an eastern screech owl, and so it does sound like they're screeching when they holler. So it almost sounds like a kid screaming. It's very high pitched. It's very distinct. Once you hear it, it kind of sticks with you. But they like to nest in man-made boxes. So sometimes they will get in snake blinds to nest in, and they eat insects and insect larvae. So that's a good thing because they can get rid of them little skeeter eggs and things like that. And then they will nest with some snakes, which is kind of weird to me. That seems a little odd. So it's a very small owl, teeny tiny. He has very big eyes, in my opinion, for his body size. And he does have those little ear tufts. If you can see those little tufts sticking out on each side of his head. Those actually aren't ears. They're just feathers that just kind of stand up. So kind of like, you know, sometimes your hair does something wonky and weird and mom's like, could you get that under control? Well, that's what they have, just those little ear tufts. They just grow differently. So they like to live in woodlands and forests, cemeteries. Maybe that's why you hear that screaming at cemeteries. I'm thinking it's the screech owls now. It's not any of that crazy stuff they want to talk about. But they are about 6.5 to 10 inches tall. So this one is pretty good size. And I don't know how we measure an owl exactly. So I don't know if you measure him from the top of his head to the tip of his tail, or if you measure him from the top of his head maybe to the top of his legs. I'm not real sure. But my hand is about 8 inches tall. From the tip of my fingers to my palm. And so he fits all of that except for his tail feathers. So he's a pretty good size for a screech owl. At least I think this one is. And our next little friend over here.
What's
the
his
big
name?
friend. A very big friend. And so this is Miss Greta. I didn't name the owls. Miss Bonnie did. Owls are kind of Bonnie's passion. She's really, she has a lot of knowledge on owls. She's really good at it. But this is a great horned owl, and it's very misleading because they don't actually have any horns. These are not horns. Again, these are ear tufts, and so they're just feathers. There's no horns to be had. They're just feathers. But to me, they remind me of like the wise old owl that you see on the TV commercials, because they kind of have that stern look, like you're going to do your homework and you're going to do it right now because I said so. That's kind of the way I feel like Greta looks at everybody. You better be paying attention today because I'm listening. So, but it's very soft. She is very big. Her size, the great horned owl is going to be anywhere from 18 to 23 inches. And so she's definitely well within that. She's got good depth. She's very thick, if you notice from the side, and she's much wider than our other owls that we had today. So in the north, when the ground is covered in the snow, is when they will actually mate and start to have lay their eggs and have a nest. And the young individuals will show up in early spring. So you could potentially see baby owls early in the spring. And if you get a chance, have mom help you Google, but baby owls are teeny tiny and they look like little rabbits that like hop along. They're so stinking cute. Marla and I will look and see. I think we have a video that Miss Ashley shared with us from the State Department on baby owls. And we'll see if we can't forward that to you because they are really, really cute. Like you just want to squeeze them, but you should never, never approach an owl or any wildlife for that fact. They are found most often in the daytime. They'll be roosting up high in trees. And so they have this dished face. So it kind of looks like, I don't know how well our lighting is in here, but if you can kind of see like around her eyes, it looks like plates. Kind of circular disc around her eyes. So the color variation is a little different there. They have very yellow eyes and a very white throat. They almost always have this white throat. That's one of their characteristics. And so they can live almost anywhere. Unlike some owls, they'll only live in woods or swamps. They will live in forests and swamps, orchards, parks, deserts. They'll live anywhere. So they're a very adaptable owl. They like to live in lots of different places. As long as they can find food, they're pretty happy. And so they are the ones that when most people say, whoo, whoo, that's what you hear is the horned owl. They make the hoo hoo sound. Other owls, like the screech owl, she screams. I didn't have on the barred owl exactly what sound he makes, so we could definitely check back on that with you. Miss Greta likes to eat mice, rodents, insects, so like shrews, moles, voles, any of those little rodent, baby rabbits. I mean, I know that sounds awful, but they do. So the quiz that we enclosed for you all is just for a little information and education, so you can do that on your own. We're not going to quiz you today. We're here more to share our trio of owls with you today, and then to get started on our fun, exciting dissection. So a little bit of history. It always amazes me that people think owl pellets is something that an owl passed or that he pooped. He did not. Owls do not pass their pellets that way. They actually, if you have your identification sheet, you want to get that out. So when we get into your pellet, you'll know what you're looking at. Actually, they throw it up. So when an owl eats something, let's say he eats a mouse, they swallow him, chew him up, swallow him into your belly. And well, it's not really their belly, but we're going to say their belly because that's the best description I've got for it. I don't know the exact terminology because Bonnie's really good at that. So they swallow it into there and they will take the nutrients out of that, but they can't eat the hair and the fur or the bones. It will not digest in their system. And so then what happens is, that kind of like a cat has a hairball, they hack it back up, regurgitate it up, and spit that out, and then they just leave it wherever. And so owls that are in captivity, then they can collect their owl pellets, and so that's how we got yours. We didn't collect them, but we buy them from a company who has owls and collects the owl pellets. So it's not anything gross. It won't hurt you. You can touch it with your hands. But you're going to want to get your gloves out first. Put your gloves on.
And you don't have to wear your gloves if you're comfortable doing it without them. It's not anything that's going to hurt you or harm you.
No. Nothing in this is, the kids usually say it's gross, but other than that, that's about it. It's not really gross in my opinion. I think it's pretty cool. The little silver package, do not squeeze it. You will destroy it. So be very gentle with it. The little silver aluminum full wrapped is your owl pellet. And then you should have tweezers and what we call a little pick. You can use toothpicks also. Anything that you can kind of, even forks if you needed to kind of sort and pull apart. All right, so Miss Marla's gonna move our camera down so we can get close to the cow pellet here. So hang with us, it may get a little wobbly. All right, so you're gonna unwrap it.
Okay, you good, Avery. Please. Oh, okay. I'll do that one. Into the unwrapped thing. Cool.
All right, got it out?
Oh. It's gross looking. Ew, look at the inside.
It's kind of gross looking. I agree with you. It's kind of funky. Okay, so what you're seeing is actually hair, skin, possibly some bones sticking out of there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of yucky. All right. So you don't want to stab and start ripping at it. You actually want to go super slow and kind of easy. And if you'll just use that little pick, you can kind of peel that hair apart, and it'll kind of come apart in chunks. But don't think that that chunk right there is just a hairball, because it probably isn't. Like right there's a bone. All right. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to scoot it on this paper. Is that better? Can we see it there better? So like,
That's like a skull in here.
hey, that's awesome.
Also disgusting.
So,
That's a skull. That's
Not everybody finds skulls, so that's really cool that you found a skull.
yeah.
like a rat. There's the two front teeth.
Oh, could be.
And
You're gonna probably find a lot of little tiny bones.
Those are really hard to work with. So I suggest you get the bigger ones out, kind of make you a pile, and then keep kind of
he found a skull too, I think.
cool.
Oh, look at that.
Use your sheet if you want to, after you get everything out, you can use your sheet and see if you can identify what type of bone it is and from what animal.
I think I found like nails.
Yeah.
Claws, maybe?
I found a whole foot.
Ew.
It's like a whole foot
Yeah.
with the nails and everything on it.
Sometimes it does. The toenails and all.
Found a
Oh
bone.
my gosh.
Found the claw.
Found a hind leg to a rodent. Ew. That's just. I want a phone.
All right, we're gonna keep digging here and see if we can. I'd like to find a skull, but we'll see.
I found a skull.
Oh, I think I just found us a skull, Marla.
Awesome.
All right, let's do a little digging here. Just kind of go super easy, because if you pull too hard, those little bones are very, very brittle. They have been drying out for quite some time, so
I can see the teeth in the skull.
oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's a really good skull.
Can you hold it up to your camera and let us see it?
Kind of got hair around it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Like,
Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's fully intact. That's awesome.
Ours has two teeth. Yeah. I've got a mole head probably.
That's a
What's a mole head? Oh, is this the fur looks like lint.
yeah, it does. Kind of looks like dryer lint. Yeah. Can you see that right there? See that big
Yeah.
tooth? That's like that is a bottom jaw. If you're looking at it really close, you can see the teeth. Those are his teeth right there.
Cool. We have two skulls in one.
Mhm. So at this point, I'm thinking he's a mole, but we'll keep digging.
Look, I think I found a feather.
You found a feather?
Something white.
Oh, yeah.
She has white stuff all on hers.
Oh, wonder if it was a rabbit.
Ooh, that's kind of sad to think about.
Found another foot.
Owl's gotta eat too, you know. Look at that big old bone. You all see that one? Look at that big bone.
I think we found a few of those.
That's a good size bone.
I found one, I think. Oh, this one. This one looks like a rib.
Wait, sure. No, it's not bent.
Look at that small head.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh, wow. What is
Kind
oh,
of brown.
it's a front leg.
It stinks.
Oh, it's a front leg. I found a claw. Ew. I'm gonna scratch it. Here, I roll out.
Did they take the eyes out of these?
The owl eats the eyes, so there's probably not any eyes left.
Okay.
Found another piece of a jaw.
Cool.
Found a foot with its toenail.
I found a claw.
I see it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yellow toenail. I know.
I think I have this skull.
Looks like a rat.
Long.
Searching.
I think I got a rat.
Cool.
I think I crunched the bone. Careful.
Now I got 4 of these little jaw pieces.
You must have been a hungry owl that day.
And they're really tiny too.
Yeah, if you'll look on your bone chart, there is it kind of lays them out on one side. There's a circle chart, and then on the other side, there's columns, and there are some really tiny jaw bones listed there.
Yeah, you're right, Justin.
What's this white stuff in here?
Is it in the fur of
Yeah.
the pellet?
Yeah.
It could just be white fur from something that they digested or didn't digest, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know without seeing it, what you're looking at. Stephanie's owl pellet doesn't have anything white other than the bones.
There's like, it's kind of like white and like, whoa, oh man. Like that,
Oh, yeah.
but it's like, it's not a bone.
Is it soft?
Yeah.
It could just be fur or maybe some cartilage. I don't know if cartilage digests or not.
No, it's fur.
It's fur.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it ate multiple shrews that day.
Mhm. Yeah, is that what you have a lot of jaw bones of?
Yeah, they're really tiny jaw bones, like these little shrew jaw bones.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Not another fingernail.
We have 2 skulls.
Oh, awesome.
I've got the skull,
I have,
so I'm very, very gently trying to
I
squeeze
got this skull.
her off of here so that maybe we can save this skull. It's
I
hard
actually broke the nose off mine.
Oh no.
It happens. They're very fragile and brittle.
Yeah, this is ours.
That sounds like a bird beak. I'm thinking it's a.
This is ours. I broke the.
Oh,
nose.
yeah, that's a good one.
It's kind of disgusting.
Kind of disgusting, but it's pretty cool to me. You all seem to be enjoying it.
It's fun.
I've got this thingy.
Wrong side, Kate.
Oh, sorry. Is this side? Oh,
Wrong side again.
what side doing?
You were standing on the right side. You were putting it on the wrong side, though.
Oh, do you mean like what side of the school?
No. Yeah. No. Okay. You see the tiny black dot? It's a
All
little.
right.
Oh, yeah.
See, I worked very gently. Can you all see? I worked super easy and just barely picked at that, and I was able to pull that fur out from around those orbital sockets on whatever this animal is that it would have eaten. Haven't decided if it's a shrew or a mole yet. So there's the skull. You can kind of see its teeth right there. There are lots and lots of bones down in this, so you all can keep digging. I'm not going to keep you on the Zoom any longer, but
Wait, should we just throw the other things away?
you can do whatever you want with it. You are more than welcome to keep working and digging until you get all your pieces and your bones separated, and see if you have a whole owl, or a whole animal, a mole, or a vole, or a shrew, or maybe even a bird, some type of rodent. You can keep digging on those pieces until you get them all apart, and see if you can find a whole animal that he would have eaten. But if you don't, you're more than welcome to wrap that up and throw it away in the trash. It's not, we don't need to see a finished product. We'd love to see it if you take it all apart, find all the bones, and you have one. Then please take a picture of it and have your parents email it back to Marla. That would be pretty cool to see. We always get excited when we see finished products that kids have finished a project all the way through to completion. But we want to thank you for joining us today here at the Hardin County Extension Office on our virtual 4-H in a box. And so today, with our fabulous owls and our owl pellets, we hope you all had a good time, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on this edition of Hardin County Extension today.